And just another thing I wanted to quickly mention, I want to sort of talk about this again, but in terms of like veganism and stuff, I want to talk a bit more kind of, not really about minority groups, but there's like a few things I didn't mention. So I wanted to start off by saying, I started talking about, the transatlantic slave trade, and how you could argue that, the black people were being treated as inferior because of their skin colour, I suppose, and just like, pigs, cows and chickens are treated as inferior because of the body they're born into. They're treated as inferior, they're treated as nothing but price tags, nothing but objects, commodities, that their life doesn't really matter in the sense that how much it benefits us, does it? So in terms of that, I'm trying to I was trying to put forward. It's got the transatlantic slave trade. You've got women being oppressed. The vote and everything. The vote took ages to take off. And people say that humans and animals is different, but at the end of the day, we're animals. At the end of the day, we have moral agency. We know right from wrong. I certainly know right from wrong. So I wanted to just kind of say, if you have empathy in your heart, you don't have to be any of these minority groups like LGBTQ, Black Lives Matter, even Jewish or whatever. You don't have to be in a minority group. The point of the video, what I was saying was that these minority groups, surely they would be able to understand, because of how there's been like oppression against black people in the past, how there's been oppression against Jewish people in the past, i.e. the Holocaust. That's infamous, and that was legal. And you could argue what they did to Jews and everything. It's very similar to what we're doing by pigs, because a third of them in the UK are standby CO2 gas. You could argue that's incredibly similar. And just like women were put down because of the vote and everything, the suffragettes and everything, people trying to get the right seat on the bus or something, and black slavery was on for 400 years, perfectly legal. So that's the thing. We've got to realise that what's happening to certain species of animals at the moment is wrong, because we live in a society of cat and dog lovers. We love our cats, we love our dogs. We don't have that inclination. We don't have a carnivorous instinct. We don't have claws. We've got a long intestinal tract to push down plant matter. We don't have teeth. We've got like cow's teeth. We've got like people say canines, but they're really just blunt cow's teeth. Really, you couldn't really rip open anything more than an envelope. That's why we don't eat raw meat, do we? We don't have that inclination to kill. If we see an animal getting hurt, we help the animal. That's why we're a nation of animal lovers. And like I said, if you showed someone what happened in a slaughterhouse, a lot of people wouldn't want to see that. They put them off their food. So that's the thing. The transatlantic slave trade is one. I suppose women not getting a vote, and suffragettes and everything, that's two. And then also the big one is the Holocaust, the Nazis. So I think even one of them, I don't know who it was, but one of the associates, he owned a chicken farm or something. That's the thing. What I'm trying to say about the minority groups is that people should be able to understand how certain species of animals are being discriminated against simply by the body they were born into. These animals can't help the body they were born into any more than I can, any more than you can. I didn't choose to be born a human being, and these animals are born into that body. Their fate is concealed before they're even born, before they're even conceived. Their fate, if they're going to be a bobby calf, if they're going to be a pig, if they're going to be a sow, in a factory farm, if they're going to be a broiler chicken who only live 40 days. I think that's absolutely despicable. I've said it before. I think it's one of the most atrocious things ever. That's gentle little innocent chickens, just like wood pigeons. I absolutely love them. They're basically a chicken in an adult's body, and they get killed at 40 days old. I think that's absolutely atrocious. I don't know how we can claim to be animal lovers, how we can claim to love our cats and dogs when this is happening right, perfectly legal, and we campaign for, oh god, COVID, where did COVID come from? We get put in prison for hurting a cat or dog like that Kurt Zuma and everything, but then this is happening perfectly legally behind closed doors. Unbelievable. I can't fathom it. I've been vegan for over 3 months, and I don't understand it. I don't get it at all. I do not understand it. What is going on with human supremacy, human dominion over other animals, thinking they were so fucking special? I don't know, and I will never know. I don't understand it. I know I am a compassionate person. I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke anyway, I don't do drugs anyway. I am vegan. I know who I am. So I know who I am, who anyone else is, but I'm sorry, but treating innocent beings like nothing, innocent, little day-old chicks, that they get thrown in the bin or something. They get, macerated. Day-old male chicks. What is going on? What the hell? How can we all these animals, on TV and stuff like Peppa Pig and everything? All these children are brought up to love animals. They're brought up to all in the cartoons, Peppa Pig and everything, on the books and everything. We kind of make the noises of the animals and everything. We're grown up to kind of love the animals in the books, but then we eat the animals on the table. What is going on? Well, I know for a fact when I have children in the future, this isn't going to happen. There's no way. There's no way I'm going to, I just don't understand it. I don't understand. This is why I'm trying to talk about the minority groups. Minority groups should understand the oppression that's happened to LGBTQ, whether you're gay, whether you're lesbian, whether you're transsexual, that oppression and that discrimination against them, that oppression and discrimination against black people, which is still ongoing. All this is still ongoing. This is why we have these minority groups. The oppression against Jewish people, the most infamous, arguably, you know, with the Holocaust. Surely they should be able to relate what's happening to pigs, cows and chickens just because of the body they were born into. The body they were born into. You know, you should look at the documentaries, you know, watch these animal rights documentaries and realise this is absurd. How is this happening right behind our doorstep? I don't understand it. You see all these people online like Joey Carbstrong, Earthing Ed, whatever, people kind of going to these factory farms and exposing the truth. Why can't we just open our eyes and see it for ourselves? I mean, we're not stupid. The internet, social media, you don't have to look far, do you? Why can't we just see this for ourselves, for God's sake? Thankfully, I know now, even a year ago when I did those videos in Premiere In, on my other channel, you know, when I had long hair and I was doing it in my hotel room and everything, thank God, you know, then I was still a pescatarian, but I've realised I've been vegan for over 3 months. This is absurd. We can't claim to be animal lovers. I don't even like dogs, but we can't claim to be animal lovers. This is absurd what's happening. We're going to look back in a year's time, I swear, of course we will. We're going to look back and thinking, how are we complaining about COVID? How are we complaining about Brexit? How are we complaining about Ukraine in a way? In a weird, I don't know how that's really related, but what's happening to animals just gets thrown out the window. Well, you know, people do LGBTQ. I'm going to say, because I'm pissed off. LGBTQ, Black Lives Matter. Even people who are Jewish. How can they even eat meat? How can you eat meat? I mean, it's absurd. I'm not telling people what to do. I'm just saying my opinion. I just think it's absurd. That have the right. Like I said, I'm straight as a pole. I am straight. I want, you know, I'm 100% straight. I'm not LGBTQ. Definitely 100% not. You could arguably say I'm black because I mean I'm not black, am I? But I'm just saying because I'm half Indian. But I'm definitely I'm straight. I'm not partly. I'm vegan. I'm straight though. But the point is, how can LGBTQ and black lives, people who are black, how can they really eat meat? Surely they know about the transatlantic slave trade. Surely you can easily relate the principles of discrimination for LGBTQ, gay and lesbian people to these species of animals, compared to say cats and dogs. So the cats and dogs become akin to the straight person, to the white person, to the Nazis. Whereas the dog, you know, sorry, whether the pigs, cows, chickens, sheep, fish, whatever, ducks, geese, or even factory farm is mental. Innocent baby chicks who have done nothing wrong get chucked in a macerator. They can be akin to the black people. They can be akin to the lesbian, gay, straight, lesbian, gay, transsexual. They can be akin to the Jewish people. They can be akin to them, especially the pigs and the Jewish people, the same way we're killing gas chamber. They can be akin because it's not the exact. I'm not saying they're exactly the same. I'm saying the principle of discrimination is the same. All discrimination is wrong. Speciesism, sexism, racism, anti-Semitism. It's all wrong. All discrimination is wrong. This is from a straight vegan guy. A straight vegan guy. All discrimination is wrong. This is what I'm trying to say in minority groups. I'm not saying you should all be vegan. I've had to do this in like another video because I think I only mentioned the transatlantic slave trade. I didn't mention about anything else in the other video. All discrimination is wrong. All discrimination is wrong. So yeah, I hope you take something from this and just really see why I stand with this now. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I really hope you can see my point of view. And if you are LGBTQ, if you are Black Lives Matter, if you are black, if you are Jewish or whatever, I'm not singling you out. I'm not saying you have to be vegan, but I'm just saying surely you can sort of understand what the animals are going through, because it's the same principle for your minority group. It's the same principle. It's discrimination. Discrimination is discrimination. Certain species of animals, gender, sex, race, ethnicity. It's the same principle. Principally, it's the same. Discrimination is discrimination. And thanks for watching.